Nossa, mano.
Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
Não.
Oh, could you please leave quietly now?
Que isso, velho.
Let's talk outside.
Não, eu quero que você faça um escândalo, tio. Esse filho da puta tem que perder tudo e morrer. Ah, tomar no cu, tio. Você voltou, os filhos da puta só te usou pra ganhar dinheiro. Ah, se fuder, tem que morrer uns filhos da puta desse. Chegar e gritar aí fora aí, ó.
Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage.
Agora eu entendi.
I wanted them to get upset. I just thought it would play out differently. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed.
Ah, e agora o quê?
I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either the leather's fake but the scars are real, or oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug? Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big scene. Then Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. And I've got a reputation to maintain.
Tá.
Hey, the last thing I want to do is sit around thinking about all this. I want to take action. I want to... Wait a second. What if I could get that money?
Continua.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account.
Com certeza.
If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves.
Vamos. O escritório tá lá, ó. Encontre o escritório da agência de seguros, tô indo. Distrito das Mansões. Enquanto isso, eu estou aqui fudidinho. Estou lascadinho.
All right, how does this sound?
Estou lascadinho.
The dissonance actually...
Cheguei. A única carta dessa caixa postal está a satélite de grande balanço seguro de Verona, no planeta Monarca. Tá. Tem que descer.
And how did we ever get permission to land? Perhaps we'll finally get some...
O que? Isso aqui é falível? É falível. Não, tem que ir pra em Monarca.
If you stop in the engine.
Tá, vou Ribeiruna. Cara, tinha que ter um jeito de fazer essa viagem mais rápida. Fazer essas passagens muito mais rápido seria o melhor. Porque puta que pariu, vai ficar vindo pra nave pra dar pra viagem, pra ir ficar só carregando. Eu seleciono onde quer que ir, foda-se. Será que tem como? E eu não vi? Diálogo, tecnologia, ciência. O curso de estado científico é limitado. Dono com liderança. Quando o companheiro mata inimigos, tá. Tá, o escritório é aqui, ó. Ah, pelo amor de Deus, o povo daqui me ama. Tenho 12 pila.
Ready to get my money or what?
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Devidamente anotado.
So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Tá.
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium.
Se você diz.
Oh, it's certainly not about what I say. That's all down to our legal team and our CFO. I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Isso mesmo.
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one. You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork. Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies. And you'd, theoretically, add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
Entendi. Eu tava intimidado.
Please, my policy only covers paper cuts and wrist strain. Very well, I'll do it. But then you've got to go. Confrontations like this will raise my premiums. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity. Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Tá.
Those are mostly for top-rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up in their marriage contracts. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every possible hazard to domestic bliss.
Entendi.
One thing's for sure, you won't find better policy protection against sudden lunar implosions anywhere in Halcyon.
Tá, agora tem que conversar com ela.
You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it.
Qual é a sensação?
I've never been prouder to stand back and watch someone else work. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs.